Hello everybody and welcome back to RogueTech, where things have definitely been going wrong. There's no doubt about it. Our map generation has just been absolutely awful, and it just keeps throwing ridiculous numbers of support lances at us. I'm pretty sure that RogueTech made a change. However, there has been a patch claiming to, quote, fix bugs. We'll see how real that is. And there was never any patch notes about increasing the amount of spawning. So either we just have horrid luck right now, which is a possibility, or they changed something accidentally, and they may have changed it back, or RogueTech has decided to end this series sooner than planned. One or the other. Well, not really one or the other. One of those three are what we've got. For now, of course, we can dip into our mech bay and go into our storage here to make this month tick. That'll be fine. No problem whatsoever there. So we'll just hop into storage. And we need to get roughly 1 million C-bills. So we're going to start from the smallest up. We're least likely to use mechs that are down here. So we're just going to immediately scrap this Inner Sphere Standard. It's not worth hardly anything at all. Oh, this is going to be tedious. Okay, I was expecting it to go a little faster than that, but sure, this is going to be tedious. Okay, maybe I should have done this off camera. I thought about doing it. I actually did think about doing this off camera, but then I was like, it's probably not going to take that long. It does seem to be getting faster, I think. Maybe I spoke too soon. Okay, that's exciting. So we are going to sell this Snow Fox. Keep in mind, doing this is also reducing the amount that we're paying per month. So this is not a bad thing, necessarily. So we will scrap this Locust part. And this one. Yeah, that's definitely tedious. Okay. Well, I would like to say that I'm thinking about ending this series on episode 300. And that's probably before the save break comes in, but that's okay. I wouldn't mind a little bit of a break from RogueTech. The thing about that is, RogueTech changes so much in such a short period of time that I don't want to disconnect from it for a long period of time, the way I do some breaks from games, like Europa, for example. I mostly only go back to Europa in mega campaigns or when a new expansion comes out. RogueTech doesn't work that way. If I walk away from RogueTech for 6 months and then come back, I'm going to be lost. There's going to be so many changes in that amount of time. So that's a bit of a concern. That said, I have been feeling lately like the changes that they've made in the last month or so aren't really for me. I understand where people might be interested in them and might even love them. Personally, I find them a little frustrating and annoying. Like, let me back up a bit, since we're apparently going to be doing this for a while. Let's back up a bit and have a little bit of story time, right? So, here's the thing. I feel like these changes are going down the same road that Blizzard did with World of Warcraft in, like, Battle for Azeroth. There was a theory that I developed around that time about difficulty and the things that Blizzard were introducing to the game to increase difficulty. And that is that they weren't actually hard. They just added annoyance to the game. So, like, my favorite example of that, and if you haven't played WoW, this is probably going to be completely confusing, but in the horrific visions in Battle for Azeroth, for the record, I have not played a single second of Shadowlands, so I don't actually know what it's like these days. But back in Battle for Azeroth, in the last patch, there were horrific visions that you had to go into to get resources, right? And in these horrific visions, there were, every week, it had, like, a different difficulty affix. And one of these difficulty affixes was bugs appear on your screen, and you had to jump to get rid of them. Like, it's not hard, it's just annoying. Another one was that you had periodically, like, after, I think it was a set amount of time, you had fire appear under your feet, and then after a second or two, you'd be flung in the direction you're facing. It's not hard to deal with, but at the wrong time, which you can't control, it's annoying. And that's how I feel some of these RogueTech changes have panned out. Like the knockdown on the large recoil weapons, I get where they're coming from there, but it's annoying. It's not hard to deal with. You can reduce your rate of fire and brace the turn before, or you can get quads. I mean, quads are kind of complicated to get your hands on, at least in my experience thus far, but you can handle it. But my question is, does this add to the enjoyment of the game? And assuming that the increased number of support lances is intentional, I feel like that's kind of going down that same road, and honestly, I feel the same about the airstrikes. They're not that hard to deal with. They're just annoying. The hard parts about airstrikes is, especially now that we've figured out what direction they're coming in from, the hard part about airstrikes is not their damage output. The hard part is trying to predict exactly where the area is, where the proper line for that area is going to be. So yeah, I feel like if there was counterplay to that, it wouldn't fall under that category for me, but because there isn't and the only counterplay is get out of the area, I feel like it's in that not difficult, but annoying category. So I'm a little bit concerned right now about the future of RogueTech. That's pretty much all there is to it. And like I said, I'm not opposed to difficulty. I think that this game should be very hard. Like, that's kind of the point. If you don't want a hard game, then play the original BattleTech, like the unmodified version. That's a lot easier than RogueTech, and it's good that RogueTech is hard. But there's a difference between things being hard and things just being annoying. And that is sometimes a difficult line to straddle, right? I get that. I think we're gonna keep going until we're at like 2.5 million here for right now. We're going to need some extra cash, for sure. So we're going to continue going for a bit here. But yeah, it's a difficult line to straddle between something being annoying and something being difficult at times. But these latest changes, at least for me, if you enjoy these changes, great, I'm happy for you. But at least for me, I find that these changes fall on the annoying side, and that isn't great. Which is one of the reasons why I'm thinking about ending this series slightly early, and that would then give us time to do a limited series until the next version of RogueTech comes out, which is still supposed to be, like, at least a few weeks away. So that's definitely something that I'm thinking about doing. Will this be a logistics episode? I don't know yet. I would like to deploy... Oh, this is actually a vehicle part. We must have missed that in the last pass, or we got it recently, and I didn't notice. One or the other. Regardless, let's call this good for right now, and let's go ahead and tick forward and get a few repairs done. Looking at this, the Fafnir and the Bullshark, well, the Bullshark could be done next month. The Fafnir will not be. Period. End of story. So we're going to take the Fafnir, and we're going to put it down on the bottom. We're not going to prioritize the Fafnir for right now. Okay. So we're going to take this financial report. There's no way that we can afford to go up to the extravagant level. Not right now. So we're going to run normal. And that'll be fine. So we have 238,000. Now we're going to have to replace the arm on the salamander. We know that. Go ahead and practice, Chronic Toast. That'll be fine. In fact, I should cancel the work on the salamander, shouldn't I? Well, not necessarily, since it has been under progress. I think that would be more of a waste of time. So we're going to tick forward here, get the Bullshark finished up. The salamander will finish up in 10 days. So that's good. The Boar's Head will be in 5 at this point. 3, 2, 1, 0. Salamander finishing up now. Okay, so we'll hop into the mech bay. Repairing the salamander may well put us negative in our funds, so that's something that we need to think about. The mauler will not be done. Well, it'll be done on the day of the financial report. So we need to move the mauler down to here. Okay. Because we need everything else done first. So the salamander will go ahead and refit. We know we need to replace the cockpit in it, and I would like to think about the durability of the salamander, because we've been having issues with it. There's no doubt about that. We've been having durability issues here. So what can we do about that? Well, that's a good question, actually. Do we have a replacement LRM-20 clan? Yes, we do. So we can put that in here, and we could put 2 tons of ammo. Now, I think having the ammo over here in this left arm next to the LRM-20 was a mistake. I'd like to find a safer place to put that, and I think the correct answer, we use the AX ammo quite a bit, so we're probably going to be running out of AX ammo. I think we're safer to have that there. And then we lost 2 tons of LRM ammo. I'd prefer to have a double LRM, but I think we're just going to put 2 tons down in this leg. That should be slightly safer. And then we have 0.375 tons remaining. Okay. Now we could put case armor on there. That might not be the worst idea. Yeah, we could go ahead and do that. Should be fine. We could also put on some patchwork materials, but that's pointless. Like, that's definitely not going to be a thing. What else could we put in here? I mean, we could continue to have the infected myomer bundle. Put that, like, out in this arm. 0.125 tons remain, and there's not a lot that we can do with that tonnage. So let's go ahead and check in on our sensors. Man, we're so limited on this because we've been ejecting a lot. And as far as FCS goes, we're also very limited there. Now, we could potentially run Artemis 4, but we don't have the tonnage for that. Energy accuracy, not useful. We could run Missile HP. Or just a clan FCS standard. That's probably going to be our best bet for right now, and we don't really have better sensors to put in here. We need to stop taking losses, for sure. So we'll go ahead and validate this, and how long is that going to take? 7 days. Okay, that's quite a lot in terms of timing.
Logged and noted.
Okay, so
Shouldn't be too hard.
7 days, huh? So something like this. The longbow will take 5 days, so the longbow won't be ready. Yeah. We have to take a month tick. That's unfortunate. Okay. Well, we'll call that good then, and we're going to need to go back to scrapping components, or rather, scrapping mech parts here. We need to make ourselves like 2 million C-bills, and that's a lot. So we're going to continue to scrap. We now know how much money we need. And we've got plenty of these, so it's not like that's going to be concerning. But, I mean, that's 85k right there. And as we work our way through these lower ones, we are definitely going to be getting more money per scrap. There's no way around that. I mean, we don't want there to be a way around that. But that is what it is. So we'll scrap this part here. And it's sure looking like this is going to be a logistics episode. We've had a lot of those recently, but that's just because of the sheer amount of damage we've been taking. And we've been taking that damage because of the sheer number of enemies that we've been facing. So, that's... It is what it is. I mean, sometimes RNG just decides to screw us. I'm not sure if it's RNG or if it's a change that RogueTech made, but hopefully they will have it patched if they accidentally made a change. That would be nice. We're going to get 68,000 C-bills for this ghost part. That's cool. Would be nice to be getting more, but, I mean, these are 50-tonners, so we're not shocked about this. We definitely need to get the cash. We're not going to go very far into the next month, and if we have a decent map generation, then we're going to be able to deploy twice next month, which would be really good for us. Dipping into this is not ideal under any circumstances, but what are you going to do when it's thrown like almost 20 mechs at you per mission for this long? Like, I mean, there's not much to be done. We burned through our reserves, absolutely, and now we just need to continue to subsist for the moment until we can have a change in our fortune. Now, the good news is this is making our monthly financial report cheaper as well. This is something I probably should have done a while back, but we'll get rid of all of these parts that we're not interested in. Or, well, not all of them. That would take forever. But we'll get rid of a number of these parts. These Centurion parts, or at least that variant, this variant as well, was quite valuable. This is just a single part for 70,000 C-bills. Not bad. Blackjack, 68,000. We're definitely getting into some more valuable parts here. That's good. That'll make this go a lot faster. So we're very, very happy about that. This Blackjack, we will go ahead and scrap as well. Another cool 68,000. And each one of these parts that we scrap is dropping our finances by how much? About 1,000 per month. That's really not bad. Okay, well, we'll get rid of our Wolverine here, and as we trim this down and become leaner, this will actually make taking damage less painful for us, because these month reports are getting substantially less expensive. So that's good. We may want to just continue doing this for a while here. I may finish this off camera and get rid of, like, virtually every part here. I'm reasonably happy with our mech loadouts. I would like to get some assault quads to turn into artillery, but we haven't been running into those. We haven't seen a quad in forever. So that's definitely something that I'm thinking about. Oh, a Padilla part. Nice. 4 of them. 280,000 C-bills right there. I love it. And that reduces our financial report costs as well. So another 25k for this Osprey. That's not very much. Marshall part. Yep, not much there either. Okay, well, we'll get our way through these kind of cheaper mechs. And I think this is getting a little bit faster as we have fewer parts to go through here. It feels like it's getting a little snappier to me. Maybe not. Maybe I'm imagining it. It's a possibility. I was hoping to deploy this month, but the timing is just off on it. So we're not quite going to get that done. What is this order? Hang on. If we're going to take the next month tick... Oh, okay. This is just oddly timed, because it doesn't understand that we have 3 mech bays. Got it. Okay, the Fafnir is still going to be our lowest priority for right now. So we'll get rid of this Francine part. We are up to 1.7 mil. That's great. The Griffin will bring us up to not quite 1.8, but we're getting very close. The 2 Griffin parts here, that'll get us up into 1.8, and we only need to get rid of, I think, yeah, these 4 Griffin parts here. This will get us through this month tick. So that's very good. Now we'll go ahead and tick forward to the month tick. So the Mauler will finish up on the month tick. The Annihilator and Salamander will finish up before then. There we go. And here's the month tick. Once again, we're sticking on normal. We cannot afford to go to extravagant. There's no doubt about that. We have dropped our monthly expenses by about 100,000 though, so that's not bad. We're going to tick forward until the longbow is done. Actually, we'll reserve a private screening room for the staff and bring our morale up, but I want to check the mech bay here and make sure that everything else is good to go. We only have 75,000 C-bills right now, so that's definitely a concern. Okay, the Bull Shark requires some internal work. What do we need here? Right, we lost this whole torso. And that cost us nothing because Yang replaced those, but he did not put all of this back on. So we had an LRM-20 Zeus on here. We can definitely put in a standard, like a clan LRM-20. Clan LRM-20 isn't exactly standard, but we can definitely put in an LRM-20 here. And ammo mag shot and dual AP Gauss rifle out over here. Okay. I mean, we only have the one AP Gauss rifle. Do we have any mag shot ammo? No, so we're going to have to think of something different here. That's fine. We've got the Long Tom ammo here. We could move the LRM ammo into the CT. I mean, if we're taking CT hits and the ammo LRM can get crit, we've got other problems, right? So that's completely fine. We lost 1, 2, 3, 4 double heat sinks. So let's go ahead and grab the double heat sinks. 1, 2, 3, and 4 for now. There we go. And we have 9 tons to work with. Now, I would absolutely love... Actually, we could put in a Hyper Gauss. Like an HA-20. We'd need to drop this mag shot ammo. And we're going to be short on weight here. But we might still be able to make this work. So if we were to run a Gauss HA-20 over here, we would need Hyper Gauss ammo. And we don't have any. Okay, so that's not going to work. In that case, what else could we do? We could think about doing, like, ultra autocannons, like long-range ultra autocannons, like light AC-2s. I don't think it's great. UAC-5s? I mean, that would be 14 tons for 2 of them. We could just simply have a single ultra AC-5. And then we could have ammo for it. Now, we do have cased armor here, and so we need some UAC-5 ammo. This is already safed. We don't exactly need it to be safed, but okay. We could put in 2 tons of UAC-5 ammo, and that would give us how many shots? That would give us 30 shots, so 15 turns of ammo. I like it. And we still have an extra ton here. So we could put in another heat sink. We are not maximally heat efficient, so we could do something like that. That could work. And it's nice and cheap. I like it. Do it. Okay, so that'll take 7 days. So we'll get that confirmed.
Right.
And we want that to be higher priority than the Fafnir, but it's going to be worked on anyway, so this doesn't actually matter. And we'll go ahead and tick forward here, get the longbow back, and then we're going to get the bull shark back. We are not waiting on the Fafnir. Okay. So there's the bull shark back. Let's double check the mech bay, make sure everything's good to go. Any moment now, mech bay. There we go. Okay, so yep, everything is good to go here. We can deploy without the Fafnir. And let's hop into the barracks quick. I want to make sure that we are completely ready to deploy before we put a cut in here, because that is going to be necessary. We're going to grab... Yeah, grab Warlord. Fantastic. We can also grab a point of piloting. That's a lot going into Bullfrog there.
Mech warrior training complete.
So that's fantastic. And we've also got Kodiak here, who maxes out his gunnery.
Training
Beautiful.
complete.
Okay, so we are now fully ready to deploy, but it is time to put a cut in here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're going to find out if that patch that the RogueTech modders put in, we'll find out if that, in fact, is what we needed to fix our small problem of constantly having 3 support lances. It was a lot, no doubt about it. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.